Fault in Our Stars is the sixth novel by author John Green. The story is narrated by 16-year-old Hazel Grace, who is a cancer patient. She is forced by her parents to attend a support group where she meets and falls in love with the 17-year-old Augustus Waters.
The character I connected most with within The Fault in Our Stars was Isaac, the blind boy.
The character I think I connected most with was Gus. Probably fell a bit in love with him.
Overall, the book actually had a very large effect on me. I thought it would be the part when Augustus dies, and when that happened I did cry for quite a while, but I think in retrospect what I took most from it was the effect the death of a child can have on a parent, and as someone who was in the position of a child with cancer, at the time I didn't realise how this would affect my parents, and yeah, I'd say with retrospect that's actually the most important bit you can take. It's the idea that you're a grenade waiting to go off, but you've got to limit the damage when you explode.
The content of the book affected me almost violently. When Gus died, I cried like a baby for about 20 minutes in my bed. It was a fantastic book. I knew it was coming, not quite no, but you know. But lots of people cried, I know, but it reminded me of the fear of losing my own child at the time. And it was a very real fear, and it chimed with that. Another thing that I felt a connection with was the parents, especially Hazel's parents, because there's a constant dialogue between her and her parents, and she feels guilty that she's putting them through this, and they're saying it doesn't, you know, we'd rather not, we love you, whatever. And things like that, I'd experienced them myself, yeah.
I do think there is a real difference between how John Green portrayed cancer within Hazel and Gus in The Fault in Our Stars and how I personally experienced cancer. But obviously that will change person to person, and they were a lot older than me when they got cancer. However, I have experienced both being a person with cancer and being a teenager. I'd say the one thing that kind of bugged me as I was reading it is there are lots of romantic scenes where they like lean in and kiss. But honestly, if you're in chemotherapy, you're going to have the snottiest nose in existence. Like, that is not a romantic kiss. And I'm not saying he romanticised the cancer, but he allowed romance where maybe cancer would have actually got in the way in real life.
My thoughts on the book as a whole, I'd say it's beautifully written. It's a book supposedly for older teens, but as an old lady I read it with great pleasure, very enthusiastically. Fab writing. The characters I thought were wonderfully written, wonderfully written. Having experienced again, you know, childhood cancer, I felt that he'd done his research. It was after I found that he'd actually worked with children in a hospital.